I promise you this is so far from anything that you've ever been to.
And now.
All right, so positioning strategy, and this is the stuff you're going to do on your own. So all the work that you just did will feed into what your positioning strategy is for that target market. So yes, page 6, you will, for your 2 examples, just draw a line down the middle and write a positioning strategy talking about those 6 things. So you're basically in those boxes writing thoughts about their purchase preferences or their gratification mode or how they view your product, services, those types of things. You're going to put all that together, and it doesn't have to be perfect or even remotely perfect, but it's how you want to position yourself to that target market. So take a crack at both of them. So you're taking those 6 things. You've already identified the generic components of it, translate them into specific language and wording. There are some really good examples. It's more the implication of this thinking than actually coming up with a totally wordsmith thing, because a lot of this positioning stuff is internal. This is stuff that you're embracing and your team is embracing. This isn't like a public document that this is our positioning strategy. So hopefully it makes you feel a little bit better. You don't have to wordsmith the crap out of this thing. All right, you should use as much as possible the exact words and style. Everything you do in your marketing and selling efforts springs from this and gives everyone in your company a feel for your positioning. I don't want to harp on it, but how many feel like, at least on the buyer side, I can pick on my seller side too, that the whole process of attracting people to your business is completely broken? Does anyone feel that way? Like it's just like, do business... Yeah, or do businesses really just generate leads by, you know, has anyone, I know there are some people in the room that are really sort of geeky about this and they actually look at their paper. You probably are geeky about it. I have no idea what like Boomtown even says to get people to show up on our website. Like the actual, like where I'm spending money, like I mean, obviously I'm a leveraged kind of guy, so I would never get into that detail, but we don't even know if they're like getting a bunch of renters to like say, oh, you know, rental homes in Charlotte, and then we trick them into registering, and that's why they're crap leads. I mean, seriously. Like, I mean, the amount of thought process that we give into the buyer side of our business is ridiculous. But somehow we make it work. But I think going forward with 25 of these platforms in our market where Boomtown promised me that there would never be more than 4, you know, that is not the way business is going to exist in the next 1 or 2 or 3 years. And all of this stuff, if you don't figure it out now, especially with a turn in the market, you know, not going to be good. So, all right. So USPs. I think everyone knows unique selling propositions. Hopefully, having done this work, it'll help you realize that a USP for a first-time buyer is not going to be a USP for a luxury buyer. And like the one-size-fits-all USP is not the way. As simple as you could think about it so it's not as overwhelming, this is the way I see this. Even on like a Boomtown or Sync platform or REW platform, you have a buyer tab, and they click on the tab, and there's 3 choices. And when they land on, even in Boomtown, since it's on WordPress now, you could use special imagery. You could, first-time buyers, that page will have a USP on top, a different image, and different wording in it. And then trade-up buyers will, at a bare minimum, that's what this should look like ending up in your business. And then links to neighborhoods that are affordable to first-time buyers. You know, so you're talking about positioning. So don't get overly bogged down in this. This definitely gets your wheels turning around this stuff. And for me, it's like, how I really suck at this stuff. But don't focus as much on that as realizing that the practical application is that you're just going to be, you know how you're going to position and you're going to communicate differently to your market. And it's going to make a big, big difference.